It's America's coolest conservative and the future king of talk radio. 107.9 FM WBT presents The TJ Ritchie Show.
1, 2, 3, 4.
Hola, mi amigos and amigas. El Radio, La Conservative, in your face-o. Oh, very, 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 very bueno. That's right. I'm going to be slipping in as much Spanish as I can, thanks to the leadership of Bad Bunny in the NFL. All right, look, I know you probably are tired of hearing about Bad Bunny and the anti-American halftime show and shocking and this, that, and the other. But here's my take on it. This is exactly what to expect from Roger Goodell's NFL. Okay. Roger Goodell's NFL is politically lunatic left under his expert leadership. He can say all he wants to, that they don't do political statements and blah, 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 but they do. Roger Goodell himself is one of the, I'm not saying all statisticians and equipment managers and all are nerds growing up, but he was one of the nerdy ones, it seems like, that type of personality. And he thinks he's so cool because he has access to the big, strong football players. And they're the cool ones that run the school. And he's in their inner circle because he's part of the team in other aspects. So he basically does things according to how cool he thinks it's going to make him seem to the players. Okay? Now, here is what's going on with the NFL. First of all, the NFL has been, as far as their, playing to their consumer base, they have been pretty much, in my opinion, all of this is in my opinion, of course, but my opinion is usually right. They have been moving farther and farther to the anti-white area of the country. If you don't believe me, look at the commercials they show for NFL.com shop and tell me, where can you find a white person in the commercials? It's also, the NFL has been trying desperately to perform for the female demographic. They want women. That's their number one target demographic now, it seems, for the NFL is women. Now, we've kind of gotten used to them being anti-white, but now they've just gone anti, as far as their audience, anti-black demographic as well with the halftime show. Because if you speak English and you are part of the NFL's target demographic, then they showed us last night that they don't care about us at all. They put on a 20-something minute program knowing that their biggest fans, their customer base, could not understand a word that was being said. Every bit of it was an in-your-face, screw you to their customer base. Now, where does that come from? Well, I've been telling you, they've been saying ever since they announced that there would be an all-Spanish program for the halftime show, that Jay-Z is the one that picks these acts. And Jay-Z, he's not exactly what you call a cheerleader for white people. He's not a hang out with the white boys type of guy. And there hasn't been a white headliner for the halftime show since 2018, and that was Justin Timberlake. Now, if they really wanted to go get, and they could get the hottest number one musical performer in America to headline the halftime show if they wanted. They could. And you know who that would have been this year and last year and probably the year before? Morgan Wallen. And Morgan Wallen is the biggest selling musical performer in America. But Morgan Wallen happens to be country, and even worse, he happens to be white. Jay-Z won't have that, I'm sure. Roger Goodell won't request that, I'm sure. You know why? Because they think they've got the white men. The white men are going to watch the NFL. They're going to watch football no matter what. So they take the white man for granted watching the NFL. So then they go after the women. All right. So then they get the women. That's why they do all these stories about somebody's, sob story growing up and what they overcame and everything. And then it's all about the fashion. And then, it's the streetwear and it's all of these other things where they're targeting everybody but their biggest demographic, which would be white men in America. So Bad Bunny's set, the production of it and everything was great. But when you look at what the intent was, and then what the intent of the NFL has been for a while, in my opinion, is to cater to everybody but white men. Just like so many other things. And what's going to change it? Well, nothing, because they've already proven white men are still going to watch the NFL. Now, if black men all of a sudden take offense to the fact that their halftime show was shoved down their throats that they couldn't understand the words to, then they may start changing. But it's going to be what it is as long as their largest demographic, they feel like they've got them hooked. They feel like there's no way white men are in enough numbers are going to stop watching the NFL. No matter how many signs in the back of the end zone we put to make them feel like that every white man watching this is a racist, that they're the problem with all of the things in the world, all the way through all of the times with the Michael Brown, hands up, don't shoot, and you had players coming out of the tunnel, hands up, don't shoot, doing all of that crap. Turned out that was a big lie. As everybody knew that it was. Everybody with any sense knew that was a lie when it was happening. And they'll always say they're not political. And that only means to a certain political view. They're not political. Everything else, anything leftist, they seem to have no problem with it. So what I'm saying is that I'm not so upset by the Bad Bunny thing because I know what the NFL and Roger Goodell are all about, or what I feel they are all about, what I've seen them being all about. And until their sponsors start realizing, hey, we're not getting what we paid for in this deal because not as many people are watching it. Not as many people with buying power are watching these games and seeing our commercials. They're going to continue doing what they do. They're going to continue sticking it in the face of their white men viewers and now black viewers who don't understand Spanish. So JD and Jay-Z and Roger Goodell making a great team, a wonderful team. So happy for them. And as far as I'm concerned, they can both go pound sand and kick rocks and do whatever. All of them. Okay, look, we got something special coming up tonight. We'll be giving away some tickets to see Kid Rock in May in Charlotte. Not just see him, but see him in concert, along with some other people. They're called opening acts, okay? So if you want tickets to that May concert, then you need to be listening to the whole show tonight. Got 45 minutes left of it, and we're going to be smoking through the whole thing. Not smoking, but I mean like on fire. You know what I mean. Well, hang on. More coming up. It's the TJ Ritchie Show on Charlotte's FM News Talk 107.9 WBT. The phone number is 704-570-1079. You're going to need that in just a little bit. We're giving away Kid Rock tickets that you don't want to miss. The text line is driven by Liberty Buick GMC. Call it, text it, whatever. Okay. So, here's what happens. You get the lunatic left that blatantly target against white people. Against, in this case with the Bad Bunny, against Americans who speak English. And then when they say, hey, we don't like that, or that's not our thing, then your only comeback to that is you are racist. They start throwing fits and tantrums like little babies. You're racist. Yeah. They cry. They whine and wail and moan. And they have no other solid argument. They have no solid argument. Not no other, but no solid argument because, they might as well just say, well, white people aren't allowed to like or dislike anything that we like or dislike. If we like it, you can't dislike it. If you do, you're a racist. If we dislike it, you can't like it. If you do, you're a racist. So we got some psycho white liberal woman who is sitting in her car in the parking lot of the bar she was at watching the Super Bowl and crying into her camera and posting it on the social medias. Listen to this lunatic.
I'm so pissed off right now. I came to this bar for the Super Bowl. I come to this bar actually pretty often, and we even reserved this like a week ago. I showed up in here pretty much all day wearing my Bad Bunny shirt. Halftime show comes up and they put Turning Point USA. I'm like, okay, maybe they'll flip it over. Halftime show comes on and I asked the bartender, I'm like, so you guys aren't gonna put on the halftime show? And she's like, no. Why? And she was like, oh, because the owner doesn't want any issues and they don't want to play it. Like, are you kidding me? You should have advertised that. I would have not come here if I would have known that. This world is so divided. It's so divided and so up. So I had to go and sit in my car and watch the halftime show. Mind you, I missed like the first 5 minutes on TikTok Live.
Okay, it's so divided. Now, I get that. So this is what they do. It's so divided. And why is it divided? Because you turned radical and irrational, and everybody doesn't want to go along with your lunacy. So the country is so divided. And then Republicans fall for this crap, too. They'll sit and go, we need to meet in the middle. Meet in the middle with what? How are you going to meet in the middle with a lunatic like this who's crying in her car because the owner of the bar decided it was better for his business? And the people who were there were more people there that wanted to watch the TPUSA performance than Bad Bunny being anti-American and doing the whole thing in Spanish and flipping the English-speaking Americans off. All right, listen.
TV recording it on this tiny little screen, watching it.
Oh.
Because you refuse to play it.
Bless your heart.
So up. Like, I'm never coming here again.
Okay.
Like, I get it. People have their different point of views, and you can and I'm not here to press judgment on, not judgment, but like, because I am judging, but I'm here to press my views on anyone else. But for you as a business owner to be that racist is up.
Okay, so that racist, huh? Because the business owner decided that he wanted to play the Turning Point USA halftime show because more of his customers wanted to see that. Seems like she's the only one that had a problem with it. But you know what else she's got a problem with? Ladies and gentlemen, brothers and sisters, she's got a problem with white guilt. You see, she wanted to go in there with her Bad Bunny shirt on as an English-speaking white woman and show everybody else, look, I love Bad Bunny because I am not racist like the rest of you. I'm better than you are. It's not about Bad Bunny. She wasn't there to support Bad Bunny. She was there to gain moral authority for herself, which is like all of these crazy white liberal women are. You know, there's a liberal white woman that I have been friends with in the past, and I saw on her social media she posted "still dancing," knowing she didn't understand a word that was going on, doesn't know any Bad Bunny, doesn't know anything about anything that was happening, but she's white and she thinks it makes her seem like she's got moral authority over everybody else if she pretends that she's all into Bad Bunny, when the conservatives were just saying, hey, that's anti-American because the whole thing was purposefully done in Spanish as a blank you to the rest of us. Thanks to Jay-Z. But I wonder if Jay-Z even realized that he was saying blank you to black people in America as well, who can't understand Spanish. And did you see those shots on social media of the crowd while in the stadium when Bad Bunny was performing? Very few people into it. They're just mainly just sitting there like, I don't know what's going on. The crowd was not really into what he was doing because they couldn't understand what he was saying. If President Trump were not deporting illegal aliens right now, Bad Bunny would have not been the Super Bowl halftime performer. You can bet that. But these weak-minded, liberal women trying to, look at me, look how great I am. I'm crying in my car. Her went back in there after the halftime show. She got through watching. She went back in that bar, said, I'm never coming back here again after tonight, and then went back in for the second half. Yeah, it's quite a statement you're making there, sis. Good job. You got us all to thinking. Woo, way to go. Oh, so much better than the rest of us. So much better. Okay. I think maybe that's all I've got on the Super Bowl here, because we've only got, half of the show tonight, and I still got to give away Kid Rock tickets. Kid Rock! Which, by the way, when I was talking earlier about saying Morgan, if you're going to pick the biggest star that would have the most overall fan base excited about seeing him perform, it would have been Morgan Wallen. I'm not a Morgan Wallen fan, so I'm not sitting here going, show my guy. I'm not a big Morgan Wallen fan. I'm not a big today's country kind of fan. I like 90s country. There's not a whole lot of country that I like today, but I'm just saying from the music aspect of popularity, Morgan Wallen and Luke Combs are the two biggest performers in music. Just saying. All right. Got to take a break. Hang on. More coming up. .9 WBT, Charlotte's FM News Talk. It's your man, TJ, the Green-Eyed Patriot, America's coolest conservative. Bring it in. 704-570-1079 is the phone number. You're going to need that in just a few minutes when we're giving those Kid Rock tickets away. I know I got some rednecks out there that want to see Kid Rock. Loving it, loving it. Hey, yo, 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 yo. Where the hood, where the hood, where the hood at? Okay. Sorry. You know what? You can fade it down now, Andrew. Thank you, buddy. This is one of those times where I miss being doing the music radio, and you know why that is? Because I've been having to use the restroom since the beginning of the show, and I have not had time. And I just told young Andrew there that I'm going to have to just do it NASCAR style, just all in my fire suit, sitting right here in my house, in my office. I have no choice. All right, so they're still talking about, I almost said caller ID. They're still talking about making sure you got caller ID to vote. But voter ID. And I gotta tell you, I thought I understood the entire issue about voter ID, and I was just being a simpleton, I guess, because I said, you know, the majority of Democrats, the majority of Republicans, the majority of independents, the majority of white people, the majority of black people, the majority of Hispanic people all want photo ID, voter ID in order to vote in elections, to prove that you are legal to vote in elections. But the Democrat politicians are not having it. They will not go for it. And I've been saying that the only reason that could be is because they want to cheat. Because Democrats are cheaters and liars and crooked, shisty derelicts, professional Democrats. They're demons. The professional ones, not the everyday run-of-the-mill Democrats that you work with and whatnot. But I was wrong. And it took an explanation from the brilliant former Vice President of the United States of America, Kamala Harris. It took her explaining it to a simpleton like me for me to understand it. This is Kamala Harris talking to Soledad O'Brien, former MTV VJ chick, who's now a serious news person, about voter ID and why it's a bad idea. And she has changed my mind, and she may change yours as well. Listen.
Is agreeing to voter ID one of those compromises that you'd support?
I don't think that we should underestimate what that could mean. Because in some people's mind, that means, well, you're going to have to Xerox or photocopy your ID to send it in to prove you are who you are. Well, there are a whole lot of people, especially people who live in rural communities, who don't. There's no Kinko's, there's no Office Max near them. People have to understand that when we're talking about voter ID laws, be clear about who you have in mind and what would be required of them to prove who they are. Of course, people have to prove who they are, but not in a way that makes it almost impossible for them to prove who they are.
Boom. The light is now shining in my brain thanks to former Veep, Her Majesty, Her Highness, Her Honorable Kamala Harris. Of course, people need to prove who they are without who they know. All right, let's hear that again, shall we?
Be required of them to prove who they are. Of course, people have to prove who they are, but not in a way that makes it almost impossible for them to prove who they are.
Of course, people have to prove who they are, but not in a way that makes it impossible to prove who they are. Oh, my God. Ladies and gentlemen, I run around here and I get full of myself all the time, and I think I'm so smart, and I think I'm so clever, and I think I'm so good at taking something that a lot of people would make complicated, and I just break it down to its most simple form. Like here I am running around, it's going, the Democrats just want to cheat. There's no other explanation for it. I'm hard-headed, you know. There's no other explanation for it. Democrats just want to cheat. That's why they don't want people to have to prove that they are legal in this country and that they are authorized to vote in elections. But how wrong I have been. Oh, I'm not only wrong, but I'm ashamed. But now I can see clearly now the rain is gone. Thank you, Vice President Harris. Thank you. Oh. And I know I'm speaking for all of you when I say that now I understand. I know you understand it now. Because you listen to me, you run around here with that same overconfidence, that same undeserved moxie, thinking that you're right. Like, oh, yeah, what TJ said makes all the sense in the world. Democrats are shady, and they lie, and they just constantly want to cheat because that's the only way they can win. That makes a lot of sense. And then blocking out all of the other brilliant rays of sun that may be coming from one Miss Kamala Harris. And I'm not too big to admit when I've been wrong. So now she has persuaded me to be anti-voter ID. And I don't know if you're going to stick where you are in that quicksand of stupidity that I have put you in. But that's up to you and the Lord. You and the Jesus. Okay. Listen carefully. This is a big deal. Kid Rock is coming to Charlotte. The Kid Rock Freedom 250 Tour, the road to Nashville. Special guests, Brantley Gilbert and them Dirty Roses. Truliant Amphitheater on May 9th. That's a Saturday. So you can really, really live it up at this concert because it's a Saturday night and you can just blow it out. If you want tickets free of charge, then you've got a chance to get them right now. Just be caller 3 at 704-570-1079. Caller number 3, and all you got to do is answer a simple Kid Rock trivia question. Because we don't want to just give these tickets away to somebody who doesn't really want to see Kid Rock. We don't want to waste them on a serious fan. So all you got to do is answer one Kid Rock trivia question, be caller 3, and answer the question, and you're going to see Kid Rock, Brantley Gilbert, and them Dirty Roses on May 9th. All right, 704-570-1079, caller 3. Right now, let's go. It is the TJ Ritchie Show. I'm the man, TJ Ritchie. Ramming, jamming, slamming. On the air, everywhere. Unapologetic, in-your-face conservatism on 107.9 WBT, Charlotte's FM News Talk. Our phone number, 704-570-1079, which is very important because there is a big prize up for grabs right now. That prize is tickets to see Kid Rock in concert May 9th at Truliant Amphitheater in Charlotte. It's the Kid Rock Freedom 250 Tour, the road to Nashville. Special guest Brantley Gilbert and them Dirty Roses. All right, so we asked for caller 3. Caller 3 is Pete. Hey, Pete, how's it going, buddy?
Good, how are you?
Great. Now, You are caller 3, but that's just the first part of what you got to do to win the tickets. So are you a big Kid Rock fan?
I know of him, yes.
Oh, okay. Because I said there's no way that that you won't get the trivia question right. But now I'm starting to doubt it a little bit. If you don't even really know who Kid Rock is. Because
I do listen to his music. I mean, I know who he is.
Okay. All right. Well, Well, let's just play it through then, Pete. What is your favorite Kid Rock song?
I know how to sing it.
Okay, go ahead.
I want to be a cowboy, baby.
So Cowboy by Kid Rock is your favorite?
Cowboy.
Okay.
Yep.
Pete, you are absolutely correct, and you have tickets to see Kid Rock in May. You're the great. All right, somebody help me clap here. Come on. Hey, nobody's helping me clap. Too late. You talk radio producers are so lame. This is the second time we've given away something, and y'all don't even know what to do to make it sound lively and all that. God, what is wrong with y'all? You're trying to sound like you should have me just sounding like NPR. Pete, you are now the winner of the Kid Rock tickets. You're going to see Kid Rock, Brantley Gilbert, and Them Dirty Roses at Reliant Amphitheater in Charlotte, Saturday, May 9th. Congratulations.
Thank you.
All right, you cool? All right, that's my fault for thinking that the talk radio producers could be lively and have a really good sound for somebody winning a great prize on the radio. Thank you, Pete. I appreciate you listening. Hang on. We got to get some information from you, okay, bud? Oh, okay. All right. Do y'all have him getting his information?
Yeah, we just put him on hold.
Okay. All right. Wow. All right, we need to have a meeting before the show. Not tomorrow, because the WBT is disappearing my show tomorrow, I think. But we got these Kid Rock tickets to give away all week. So we gotta work on a little something there. Because I'm trying to give away prizes like we do on top 40 radio stations with excitement and people cheering and all of that.
I'm going to be bringing it next time. TJ.
I don't believe
you bet your bottom dollar I will.
I don't believe it. I don't believe it one bit. Because I don't think news talk radio producers have what it takes.
Well, TJ, you got to remember, I did college radio for a while. So
yeah, well,
we did stuff like this at the college station all the time.
Would giving away top 40 radio style and rock station radio style where you cheer for the people and you clap and you're a winner and
yeah. Sometimes I would meet the winners outside the station. Absolutely.
But I just said before we went on, whenever I say you won the tickets, y'all put your mics up and clap and hoop and holler.
You didn't hear me clapping into the mic?
No, it sounded like a funeral going on there.
Come on.
It did. And I know you, and I guess I should have said, wake Lonnie up before we do the thing so he could cheer him on. Man.
Hey, Lonnie was, to Lonnie's credit, he was locked in, taking them callers and making sure we got the right one on the air. Okay. So.
All right.
He was doing the Lord's work.
Okay. Well, it may have been a little bit jinxed from the beginning when he wasn't really sure, Pete wasn't really sure who Kid Rock is, so. You want to, when you're on the radio, you want to give something away that people are like, yes, I love that. Thank you. That's awesome. And you say, no, thank you. You're great. Hope you have a great time. I think he's going to try to sell them. I think Pete may be trying to sell these tickets. I don't know. No, I'm just kidding. Pete's great. Thank you. But you know what? I may not give away the rest of it. I may tell the program director to put them on somebody else's show. Because, I mean, giving them away is supposed to be exciting and all. And evidently, I can't pull that off on a news talk station. I can't give them away news talk style. So I'm gonna get with program director Mike and tell him to put them in somebody else's show. Should let Pete Callender give them away or something. You see? My 11 listeners, you're the ones that are going to end up suffering without a chance to get these Kid Rock tickets. Because my people don't know how to do it. Hey, can Lonnie talk, or is he still just on the phone doing stuff, Andrew?
I'm on here, man.
Okay.
We got Andrew doing stuff, so I'm on here.
So, Lonnie, seriously, though, how do the rest of them do it, the rest of the shows, when they give away something like Kid Rock tickets?
Man, we just give out a random number. They call in, I take their info, and that's that.
And do they even announce their name? Like, Pete just won tickets to see Kid Rock and Brantley Gilbert. They don't even do that?
Nope, we only do that on Top 40.
Damn. Oh, man.
But you can do it. But you can be different, man.
And I'm trying.
That's why they.
I'm trying. Nobody can feel it. Nobody's going with me, man.
Well, listen. How about this? Wednesday, when we do these tickets again Wednesday, we're gonna have a better rollout.
Because here's the thing, I would rather not give away something that's really, really cool like this without any excitement being going along with it.
Right.
So I'm not wanting to give away anything that's really cool and then say be caller 3 and then never come back and mention it again. I mean, I want the people to be excited. I want everybody in the room to be excited because it's a big deal.
Yeah.
So I would rather, if we're just going to have to give them away that way, I would rather somebody else do it because I don't want to taint my image. I don't want to taint my image as a no excitement prize giver. You know, people winning Kid Rock tickets ought to be like that. Ought to be the promo, like we were talking about the other day. The exciting promo that says, "Listen to the TJ Ritchie show." That ought to be, you know, that's how exciting the winners should sound on the radio. And thank you for calling. Now back to Sheriff McFadden, not knowing the 3 branches of government.
No, don't do it.
No, I'm just kidding. I'm the one that's trying to do it the awkward way. I know. But it is my show, and we're going to have to work it up. Where if I'm going to give away stuff, it's got to be given away with excitement, or I'm just going to say never mind. Or either I'll just take the tickets and I'll make a video of myself setting them on fire. That's excitement. Hey, one more note about the NFL, the liberal, leftist NFL, anti-American halftime show. I don't know how any of y'all could sit and enjoy any of that Super Bowl stuff, knowing that they're out there playing and performing and making tons and tons of money on stolen land. I won't support that anymore. How much stolen land was being used for all of that last night? Ugh, so much stolen land. If you can live with yourself for supporting that, that's fine, but not me. Not I. Not the green-eyed patriot. I can't do it. All right, Nick Craig is coming up next. God loves you, and there ain't nothing you can do about it. I'll talk to you Wednesday.